So initially, I completely ignored the offer. I was not interested at all. I'm kind of stingy when it comes to credit cards with annual fees. Basically, I'm never really quite convinced that I'm actually going to get enough value to make it worth the annual fee. PC advertises that you could get up to $1,100 worth of value with this card. I was very skeptical of that. I think this might be one of the main rewards that really sets this card apart and determines whether it will be worth it for you or not. When I got an offer to upgrade to the PC World Elite Mastercard, I decided to run the numbers for myself to see if there was actually something to it and to see if this card would be worth the $120 annual fee for me. And that's what we're breaking down today, to see if the PC Insiders World Elite Mastercard is actually worth the $120 annual fee and if it might be worth it for you to upgrade yourself. My name is Kate, I live in Toronto, and I talk about all things life, career, and finances on this channel. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps as I grow this channel. Now back to the credit cards. So I had already had the PC Financial Mastercard, just the regular run-of-the-mill, no annual fee card for about a year. And I got it initially just to try and get some extra PC Optimum points in my regular shopping, you know, just going to Shoppers, No Frills, the usual PC affiliated places. Now, I actually do almost all my grocery shopping at PC stores. That's not really my first choice, but that is overwhelmingly what is close to me. I have like Shoppers, Value Mart, Loblaws, No Frills, like these are the stores that are nearby, so it really is what is most convenient. So the no fee credit card, like I did notice that I was starting to accumulate PC Optimum points quite quickly using that card, so it was a nice perk. After about a year of having that card, I got the offer to upgrade to the PC Insiders World Elite Mastercard, which like I said comes with an annual fee of $120. So initially, I completely ignored the offer. I was not interested at all. Like I said, I'm kind of stingy when it comes to credit cards with annual fees. Basically, I'm never really quite convinced that I'm actually going to get enough value to make it worth the annual fee. Now, PC advertises that you could get up to $1,100 worth of value with this card, and I was very skeptical of that. So I decided to run some of the numbers for myself. The first thing that caught my eye was the welcome bonus. Just by getting the card, you get a welcome bonus of 40,000 points, or what's equal to $40. And you get this for making any purchase of any amount in the first 90 days. So this is basically a guaranteed welcome bonus. Like you absolutely will make a purchase of some kind in the first 3 months. So you're guaranteed those 40,000 points. Okay, so that's already like, we're off to a good start in terms of covering the $120 annual fee. Of course, that welcome bonus is a one-off deal, so that really only counts towards your first year of having the card. But let's keep going. The next thing that got my attention was the inclusion of the annual PC Express Pass, which if you're not familiar, is just a pass that covers any grocery delivery fees, curbside pickup fees at any PC stores. Value Mart, Loblaws, No Frills, Real Canadian Superstore, all of those retailers are included in the PC Express Pass. Now this pass alone has a value of $99 plus tax. And importantly, this is something I already purchase. I do the vast majority of my grocery shopping via curbside pickup and delivery, so this pass is already something I buy. And honestly, I think this might be one of the main rewards that really sets this card apart and determines whether it will be worth it for you or not. If you already use the PC Express Pass, or you're very interested in using it for curbside pickup and delivery in the future, that alone makes this card basically worth it for you. So I think this benefit alone is enough to warrant getting the card. But if you don't need this pass, if you never do grocery delivery or curbside pickup and you really have no interest, well, that's one of the main perks that I think makes this card worth it. And so for you, I think there's probably a bunch of other credit cards where you could get way more value. But like I said, for me, this is already something I buy and it's almost worth the value of the annual fee alone. So that right there makes this card very appealing to me. And that's a huge part of the reason why I did decide to pull the trigger and upgrade to this particular credit card. But now let's also dive into a side-by-side of the extra points you earn with this card compared to just the regular PC Financial Mastercard, because you do get more points for grocery spending, drugstore spending, gas spending, and I think those are the three main categories. So let's break down how much you actually get in each category. So for groceries with the regular card, you get 30 points per dollar spent. With the upgraded card, you get 40 points per dollar spent. At Shoppers, you get a little bit of an uptick. Instead of the 45 points per dollar with the regular card, you now get 50 points per dollar. Now, gas is a little weird how they calculate it, but with the regular PC Mastercard, you essentially would get 30 points per liter, and with the upgraded World Elite card, you get 50 points per liter up to a certain point. If you actually spend more than $150 per month on gas, then that actually increases to 70 points per liter. So if gas is a big expenditure in your household, if you drive a lot and have to fill up quite frequently, then you would probably hit that threshold and you would be getting 70 points per liter, or more than double the points that you get with just the regular PC Mastercard. So again, if that is a particular category that is a big expense for you and your family, then again, I think that's something to take a closer look at, because this card might actually really be worth it for you. Now, what about for everything else? This stays the same. With the regular PC card, you get 10 points per dollar on everything else, Amazon spending, online shopping, shopping at any other retailer, and that remains the same for the upgraded PC World Elite card. So still just 10 points per dollar for everything else. Okay, so what does this all mean? Well, I ballparked some numbers. And bear in mind that this is just for me, a single household of one person. So this is probably going to be quite a conservative estimate. If you have a bigger family, I imagine that the value that you could get out of this card could be significantly higher. So I estimated that I would be spending roughly $1,000 a year at Shoppers. And with that spend, that would get me an extra 5,000 points per year compared to the regular no-fee credit card. Then I estimated $4,000 a year spent at PC grocery stores, at No Frills, Value Mart, Loblaws, etc. And this would get me an extra 40,000 points per year compared to the regular credit card. Now, like I said, I really don't need that much gas. I don't commute for work, so I estimated around filling up once a month, about 50 liters. So the extra points on gas wouldn't yield me a ton, but it was still an extra 12,000 points a year. So with all of those categories combined, it adds up to an extra 57,000 points a year I earn using the World Elite card compared to using just the regular PC Financial Mastercard. So worst comes to worst, this card will yield me about an extra $113 a year for the PC Pass, $40 for the welcome bonus in the first year, and then $57 in extra points accumulated through the PC Optima program for my spending throughout the year. So at minimum, I should be getting about $210 of annual benefits from this card in the first year, or more than $90 of benefit above and beyond the annual fee. Now, like I said earlier, part of that is the welcome bonus, so the benefits will be lower in subsequent years, but definitely still above and beyond the annual fee of the card. And remember, I'm just one person. The benefits of this card would probably be a lot higher if you have a bigger household. The PC website actually has a great calculator where you can punch in your monthly spend for the categories like groceries, gas, and things like that. So you can actually kind of get a ballpark of how much benefit you would get out of the card. Now, of course, that's on the PC website, so take those results with a grain of salt and run the numbers for yourself, but at least it'll give you a good starting point to see if the card might be worth it for you. Now, my estimates were conservative even for my own situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off and use the card for the next 6 months and actually see how it goes. And then I'm going to film a follow-up video and share with you how much benefit I'm actually getting out of the card and if I actually really think it's worth it to have upgraded. So I will see you again in a few months and we'll actually revisit all of this and see if it's been worth it or not. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.